Hey guys, I'm going to be doing Kokuryu again to try to get a higher score. Now that I've got Roberta and some more stuff, so we're going to try to improve my score from the riser score that I had last week. I think with Roberta on the party, we can definitely go higher than the riser team, probably at least. So here's the party, and I'll do the clear. I'll do a few variance runs, and then I'll show you a high roll, and then I'll show you the gear and all that, and explain the party, and I'll post a turn chart and all that in the comments. So to start off, we're going to shifted LB Sephiroth to get him stacked. Do that first. Then Esther is going to triple bolting in the base form. Laura, triple bolting in the base form. Kain, triple absolute in the shift form. Sky, triple absolute in the base form. We're going to go and chain these first before we use Roberta, so get that chain out of the way. That's going to be a 100 count chain score. There we go. And now Roberta is going to base form LB for the Spear in peril, 300% LB buff, and a 350% stat buff. Roberta is kind of crazy, as you guys kind of already know. Okay, to the base form of Sephiroth as the first action this turn. We got to get his LB filled again. And we're going to do the base form LB of Sky, or Esther. There we go, Sephiroth is good to go at this point. We're going to use Kain to do his power-ups. Let's do that second. Okay, now Roberta is going to triple. We're going to Dragon Killer. We're going to support from the skies for Mirage, and we're going to Draconic Triune. That's going to amplify the party as well as refill Sephiroth's LB. Now we can do Sephiroth's base form LB, which puts up a big dark amplify. Now if Sephiroth's LB wasn't ready, Sky could do Rallying Cry here. So could Laura if you really need to, but preferably this turn you want Laura to do Nethicite to stop this magical attack. Now it's not required, you could just immune it or whatever, but this is easier, I feel like. Anyway, okay, now turn 3, Sephiroth is going to Magnus. We're going to shift Laura and do Volatile Ammunition. Esther is going to Energizing Bunny. That's going to AoE Undead Killer buff. Go to the base form with Kain. We're going to jump you in a moment, but not yet. Sky is going to shift. We're going to do her power-ups. We're going to do Sharp Spear, Severe Squall, and Overcast Skies. And then Roberta is going to shift here. We're going to do triple. We're going to imbue the party with fire, use her Magnus, and do Dragoons aim for the jump modifier. Wait for everything to finish casting, for all the buffs to go out. And then Kain will do his base form jump of Thunder Jump. So this turn is an AoE physical attack. We're going to Mirage it from Roberta. There we go. Okay, turn 4, Sephiroth is going to Tybus's Spirit. Esther is going to triple. You're going to Calm, True Stormbrand, and then Quantum Storm on Lara Croft. Lara Croft will go back to the base form, and we'll do Nethicite this turn. Now this shouldn't push the threshold if you did the things in the same order I did. If you do push the threshold on this turn, it's not that big a deal. The boss is going to do a Paralyze and a few non-elemental attacks. As long as he's broken, and he is from the Obsidian Bracer, you shouldn't lose your damage taken score. So as long as you're Paralyzed immune, you're fine. So Sky is going to jump, and Roberta are going to jump. Shift base form, no, shift form of both. Yeah, shift form Sky, shift form Roberta. Okay, some attacks, blah, 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 don't care. Okay, so we're going to shift Lara Croft to the shift form, that's a double hand build, and do Chain Lightning. Esther is going to do the base form LB. Sephiroth is going to shift, and he's going to do his shifted LB. So I'm going to pause the video here, and we're going to run a few times for variance because, most of the team is double hand, which means variance is very wild up or down. So we're gonna come back when I get a decently high roll that I can show you, but I'm not gonna farm for the highest roll because I have nothing else to spend energy on this week. So I'll probably just be dumping all my energy on this boss for the remainder of the week, and at some point I'll get like a near perfect roll, fingers crossed. But for the video, I'm just gonna get like a decent roll. So be back when I see a decent roll. See you in a few. All right, guys, let's try this again. See if we can perfect score this somewhere in here. We're looking for something like 17 or above, and I'd be happy for now. Let's see how we do. 17. That's good enough. Technically speaking, I can go as high as 18.4 if everyone rolls flawless. But, you know, I'll run this more during the week. Just, you know, my spare energy. So let's see who did what. Who cooperated here? Okay, so Roberta's max possible is 3.1 billion. She did 2.6. That's above average. Her average is 2. She did 2.6. That's upper average. We are missing 400 million from Roberta, from her potential. Sky's max potential is 2.4. She did 2.2. That's pretty high. Her average is 2.1, so not super big swing there. Kane's max potential is, according to my calculations, 4 billion. I must have did something wrong because Kane just, wow. Maybe I calced him wrong. I have to check that later. Definitely got a calculation wrong somewhere on Kane. Anyway, Sephiroth did, his max is 4 billion, and he did 3.97, so he like basically perfect rolled. Esther's max is 4.6. She unfortunately missed 600 billion. Yeah, so we missed a lot of damage from Roberta and Esther. They both rolled low. Kane rolled higher than possible. I don't understand where I did. I'm at the double check Kane's math. I messed something up in there. Oh, I don't think I gave the modifier boost from Roberta to Kane, which boosts his damage some. That's why he's... So Kane basically rolled a perfect. So did Esther. So did Sephiroth. Anyway, 17 billion. Can go as high as 18.4 with flawless rolls. Anyway, that's my new high. That's good enough for tonight. Where did I bring it? That brought me to the top 100 again. Wow. So I wonder where an 18.4 would bring me for like if Esther and Roberta hadn't freaking messed up there. Damn. That would have been pretty good if Esther and Roberta had rolled well. Anyway, I'll show you the team. And I worry that after I show my clear, people will copy it and I'll lose my rank, but that's the way it is. I am very used to it at this point. Do not feel guilty if you use my team and score higher than me. That is why I post the videos. Anyway, so Roberta in the base form is just literally whatever. Whatever, doesn't matter. Shift form, dual wielding jump build. Mine's only EX2, otherwise I could go higher. So Undead and Dragon Killer. There it is, the Roberta card, double STMR, you know, the usual. So 6,800 attack power, max jump, maxed Reaper, maxed Dragon. That's why I really love Roberta, because not only is she like, you know, pretty good damage. Obviously, she's not anywhere near the top damage dealers. As we saw from this clear, she did like basically half of the real damage dealers. But still, she is crazy support kit. And still does relevant damage, which is awesome. And she's so easy to gear. She has no killers for Undead, and she maxed everything. It's awesome. Anyway, there's Roberta. Sky, base form, just Lion Emblem. Shift form, jump build. Unfortunately, Sky's big, major, massive handicap is she has the most garbage attack power of any modern day unit. 5,600 with like a really strong build, in my opinion at least. I don't know. Yeah, so I wish her attack power was better. Anyway, she's maxed and everything. Max Dragon, Max Reaper, Max Jump damage, and we did her jump, and she was the lowest damage dealer on the party, unfortunately. Not counting Lara Croft, who was pure support here. But here's the build. She has maxed and everything, which is nice. Dragoon Kane in the shift form is wearing the Obsidian Bracer, so we don't take damage from the boss, just in case we take any hits, you know, whatever. Base form is jump damage. I took a wrong turn somewhere on his calculations. I have to double check my math because everyone else was calculating correctly, and somehow Kane... I'm going to have to check why I miscalculated. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I didn't include the modifier boost. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right, because I forgot Roberta boosted his modifiers. Anyway, there's his build. He was maxed on Jump, maxed on Reaper, and maxed on Dragon. Thank you, Kane. Please come to EX3 so you can do even more damage. Sephiroth in the base form was a passive Provoker. You don't need evasion, but your Provoker does want some ice resist if possible. Also, anyone that's going to be on the ground, if you're worried about pushing the threshold, which is okay if you do, but if you do, make sure they're paralyzed immune. So there we go. There's his build. Typhus is Spirit, and a lot of LB fill, so we can get his LB twice in a row with drops plus Roberta. So there you go. Shift form. He did 4 billion, pretty good. 7,700 attack power, Double hand build, Dragons Undead, he gears for Undead, crazy easy. So maxed LB, maxed Reaper, and 275 Dragon. A little bit short on Dragon Killer, but we got there. Esther in the base form is, damage. She rolled low that time, feels real bad. I gave her this is not required, but it helps. I gave her the Prodigious Performer and the Promise from Childhood. Because she's the chainer in this build, her LB chainer, but because she's building the chain for us, I wanted the chain to build quicker, and she has free slots anyway, so it's like, why not? So I gave her the chain speed increasing materials to let her build the chain quicker. And I'm pretty sure she's maxed on everything. Yeah, maxed. Yep, maxed on everything. Yeah, so she had free slots open, so it's like, why not? So there we go. Lara Croft in the base form is also passive provoking because turn 1 Sephiroth is shifted. Because she's provoking, she's got ice resist. Other than that, Lion Emblem, and a source of Nethicite so we can stop the boss's lightning damage. And before the comments tell me, yes, I am aware that Roberta can buff our lightning and ice resist by 100%. I realized that. I just built this party last week, kind of, and then stuck Roberta in after the fact and didn't adjust for that. But yes, you can absolutely use Roberta's resist buff instead if you would prefer. But the way I wanted to do it, I wanted to use... either way work. It doesn't really matter. Like, reducing damage in the bosses, whatever. Shift form, technically built for damage. I squeezed out every bit possible. So she's built for double hand damage, and she changed the extreme Nova frames with Esther. 250 Reaper, 50 Dragon, and chain cap up. And a great sword build for the Imperils. Yeah, 17 billion. Based on my calculations, can go as high as 18.4 billion. Actually, if I include Kane's modifier boost, it should go as high as like 18.6 billion on a perfect roll. I'm not going to re-roll this all night tonight. Whatever. I will run it more during the week. Maybe I'll score higher than 17. If not, I don't really care that much. If I get top 100, great. If I don't get top 100 by the end of maintenance, whatever. No big loss to me. I don't care. Anyway, I hope it helps. See you next time.